a continuation of the food and beverage series we launched in June 2020, and it transformed in the same year into two different segments: food and beverage and food tech. Alongside my events team, including the likes of Sasha on the left here, but also many other of my teammates, Mirage, Richard, and many others. We've co-produced more than 80 plus startup investment pitch events in the food sector over the last 5 years. And it gives me great pleasure now to introduce my co-producer, Sasha Dutta. She's the founder and director of Foodpreneurs Collective, a food and beverage branding expert, and also food and beverage startup community builder. She has 15 years of F&B marketing experience in the corporate sector, working for the likes of PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, AB World Foods, Miller Dairy, and Marston's Brewery. Freelance consultant specializing in marketing and social media strategy for F&B entrepreneurs. She's also a chartered marketeer with the Chartered Institute of Marketing from the UK, and mentor and ambassador for various companies, including Free From Food Dubai, Forward Fooding, Gourmet Pro, and many others. She invests countless hours into the community building she does and the events she organizes, mainly now in Dubai, but also online and hybrid with me, as well as some of the expo work we do. And it's a great pleasure to hand over now to Sasha to moderate.
Yes, that would be good. You have a video. We normally have a video or something to show us. Do you have that, or you've got the slides today?
No, on the slides.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, nice meeting you guys. Leo Shafir, co-founder and CEO at Smart Soda. You will show the screen. Can you see it?
Yes, that's great.
Okay, Smart Soda revolutionizing hydration for AI, wellness, and sustainability. Smart Soda offers hydration as a service in a world where 75% of people are chronically dehydrated. We are combining AI, SaaS, and clean label beverage to tackle global dehydration and drive new area in the living. The need is very obvious. Again, 75 globally, but all the US population is chronically hydrated. Consumer demand for healthier, better for you options is skyrocketing. Forty just acquired for $1.9 billion by PepsiCo literally last week. Sustainability concerns from single-use plastic. All corporate America's clients around people at home are trying to reduce single serve, and there is a limitation of current options. Consumer when you for healthier, better for you options, low nutrition. I don't know if we say too much about it. People are comparing drinking traditional soda to smoking today. Segment of consumer experience, minimal choices when it comes to dispense beverage. You don't have any dispenser that dispenses super healthy products. And again, ready to drink is much more. If you are using ready to drink, you have the sustainability concerns. On one side, on the other side, you are making much less money per ounce sold versus dispensed beverage. What it is, so Smart Soda is a connected beverage platform, which is the Julie dispenser with AI. It's not me. AI software and functional flavors. How it works? It is a subscription-based solution, pay-per-use or free vent. So people are. Somebody is going on my screen. It's not me. Subscription-based or free vent. And no one offering something similar in terms of the management, the wellness data, and convenience for users. When you look at the Julie, this is the first all-in-one beverage dispenser. It's a patent in the US and all major markets. This is very similar to a Coca-Cola Freestyle, but instead of Coca-Cola Zero, lemon, lime, cherry, and customize your own drink, you can have function like immunity, energy, prebiotics, probiotics, electrolytes. Can be utilized in the cannabis industry as well, and anything that is not a flavor is under our patent. The machine can dispense cold brew coffee, sports drinks, iced tea, flavored water, sparkling mineral water, healthy soda, juices, and again the functional drinks. Everything that we are doing is crafted with alkaline water. So there's alkaline base, it's much less acidic and vitamin infused. When you get the software solution, the Smart Soda application that will be launched next quarter, which will give you personalized hydration notification. So based on your age, stage, weather, calendar, or that is happening in your life, you will get a notification to drink. So if we have machines in Google and they have 30,000 employees, the employee will get a smart templar, will get access to download the application. When they will get the hydration notification, if this is a snowy day, maybe the recommendation will be for immunity shot, a lunchtime energy shot. If you didn't sleep well, can be energy shot, etc. Everything is customized. We believe that by using this application, we will be able to 100% the users. It means people will be using more products, we are making more money, and they are getting more hydrated. The organizations are having more effective employees. When you look at the marketing segments, on the left side, this is 99% of our foreign business is free vending. We have machines in airports, government offices, corporate offices, and consumer service centers when they have the juice fully available to their employees or clients at no cost. The paid product, this is what we are launching, the POS and SaaS. The machine will be super smart. You can use it per pay. So it can be in restaurants, convenience stores, retail stores, wellness centers, micro markets, and restaurants. Just to elaborate, wellness center, we are now installing a wellness center with 4,000 members. Members will get access to the machine at no cost. Maybe gold members will be paying $30 per month for unlimited drinks, and maybe silver will be paying $40. When you look Zip Club, when they have more than 600,000 members paying $15 a month. If you will walk into Conrad, you can get all the drink no cost, but you will be able, normally you will buy another product, maybe a salad or a sandwich or a soup. So we are offering to restaurants this loyalty program that they can bring clients back with sustainability. When you look at the market, we're looking in the US alone at $227 billion in 2025. It's more than $1 trillion business globally. Growing demand for wellness solutions, the healthcare costs are growing much faster than 3.9%, more in the area of 20, and cannibalizing the unhealthy products in an industry that keeps growing. I think people are familiar with SaaS. You want to pay some monthly fee if you're going to a restaurant, fitness center, or school, and you can get limitless access to the product. We own the entire ecosystem. When you have the jewelry in the center, the SaaS and the POS on the right side with more than 100 machines installed. We are targeting 1,000 installation in this month. We have the users. We have probably 50 to 60,000 random users today. It will go to the millions. The users are the employees of those corporate America. You will see the names in a second. We are collecting the data. We know how to target supply chain, and then the client gets the syrups automatically. We have 4 different business models. You can rent or purchase the equipment. If we are selling the equipment to companies like Compass Group, Aeromark, Buchenheimer, Sodexo, they are placing it. We have more than 30 different Fortune 500 companies. We are making small margin, 20 to 35% on the machine. If we are renting the machine, the ROI is anywhere between 6 to 12 months. The money comes from the syrups. We are making 50 to 69% depending on channel per month per unit. Every machine on average will sell about $500 a month. The subscription data is not a profit center for us, but our clients can charge their consumers for the subscription. And we have a ready-to-drink line with a gross margin of 55%. The go-to-market is fully sealed. We are working with the world's largest distributor service management companies. We launched the products in 2023. We already have major accounts. You can see some of the names here. We are with Visa nationwide, we just got OpenAI, with Uber nationwide. We're getting more and more Hilton locations. We have machines at Google, Meta, Citibank. In the hotels, we have Mandarin Oriental, the Four Seasons, just got into Hilton. This is how it looks in corporate America. You can see a very clean machine with a screen. You see similar machines made by Coca-Cola in airports and lounges. Sustainability impact is something very big. We are very proud of. We are planning to save the planet 2.3 billion bottles by 2027. We will be installing 20,000 Joule machines in different ventures. When you will compare smart soda to any competitor, no one does the SaaS and the loyalty program with application. But if you will go to the second part of the list, no one does alkaline water flavors with patent or customization. So we are much better in terms of the offering. Normally, when you are trying to get something healthier, you're going to pay premium. You'll spend more money on the product, and the taste won't be that amazing. In smart soda case, it's very easy. It tastes amazing. It doesn't cost more than the unhealthy product. I am the co-founder of the business. Ash created, is our CTO. We created the world's largest loyalty program for McDonald's in Asia Pacific and invested in 300 companies. Kevin is the COO, came from a large organization with a military background. They went all the way up to 400 employees, like pre-IPO. Alex was born into the vending business. His family owns the largest vending company in the US, and he's connected to all our potential clients. We have a large advisory board. We don't have all the people here. We keep running. We are projecting $20 million in sales in year one post-funding. We sold 2.6 in 2024, and we are in trade to sell $8 to $10 million this year with no investment. You see that the company will grow significantly. You can see in line 2 that the sales of the syrups and the margin are higher than the actual equipment. We are planning an IPO in 2027, which is the exit strategy for investors. If you look at what we've done since 2019, we raised around $11 million. It started with a seed plus Series A was $2.5 million at a $10 million valuation. We got $3 million Series B based on a $35 million valuation and $1.5 million valuation. Everything was pre-revenue. Post-revenue, we currently have a $10 million Series C. Pre-money valuation is $75 million with 8% peak. Legacy of innovation. I came from SodaStream. SodaStream was the most successful IPO in Nasdaq in 2010. We believe much more in smart soda. So we've been around the block. We've done it before. We built companies. We sold companies as part of the management team or ownership in different cases. Another point, we are working on a $100 EB5 program, which is a program for immigrants. If immigrants would like to get green card in the US, they can invest $800,000 in smart soda and get their green card. We can use this money to grow the business. We can pay them post-IPO in equity. And that's it about the presentation. The only thing that I would say in addition is that we just launched Brilliant Life Drinks, which is our ready-to-drink entity, and we are raising $1 million at a $10 million valuation for the ready-to-drink only. A lot of our investors, they are very into AI and technology and SaaS. They don't understand the ready-to-drink and the other way around. Again, based on coffee's hype and vibe right now, a lot of people are looking to invest in an early stage. We decided to split the opportunity to two different entities at a much lower valuation for relevant people in the CPG industry.
Great. Thank you, Lior. Amazing to see what you've been doing since you last presented with us. It looks like you've been very busy, but great to see. Right, you've spoken a bit longer than we normally have. So each panelist is only going to be able to ask one question, and then they'll have to follow up with you afterwards during the networking. So, Laura, would you like to go first this time?
Yeah. Really interesting, obviously kind of quite strong sustainability message coming through there as well in terms of some of that messaging. You seem to have quite a B2B focus in where you're positioning this. Have you got a marketing focus for consumers as well, given that there's that kind of like reuse perspective to it? Is there a kind of a consumer focus in your marketing strategy as well?
Of course, great question. And again, I spoke for 10 minutes. I could speak for an hour. We have another project that we are calling Soda Espresso. It's a trademark, and this will be something very similar to Nespresso and soda capsules together. We are targeting what we are calling SOHO, small office, home office, or consumers. It will be a small unit that can be installed in managers' homes or offices or homes, and you can buy the capsule. The capsule, based on the patent, will be functional, so you can get probiotic capsule, energy capsule with different flavors. On the other side, this is why we want to push the ready-to-drink. So we did produce 200,000 cans last year. We sold it through the vending operator, the food service management for employees, the DocuSign, the Uber, LinkedIn, and some other companies. They got the ready to drink in their cafeteria. We ran out of product, and we didn't want to get out of focus in terms of funding, but the idea is to relaunch the ready to drink and to have retail. We have a beautiful Amazon store and consumer focus. So phase one, it will be based on ready to drink. The machine is too big for homes, but the soda espresso will most likely, it was this table, will be ready end of 2026, and then we will shift it. We are the first company that started, the first beverage brand that started in B2B, and not consumer face, which I believe is an advantage because a lot of people. And the last part that related to it, which is very important, we have, let's say, 50,000 random users today. We don't know them, but through the IoT, we can connect to every machine, we can target any transaction, but we don't see who the client is. So the moment that you will download the application, when you will be driving home next to, I don't know, Sweet Green, you will get a text message, there is a promotion on Smart Soda. When you will get home and start to scroll your social media at night before bed, you will get links to our Amazon store because we know what you drink at work, we know what you like, why not to get the same products at home? So we are, the whole AI SaaS element is to convert random users into consumers and then to target them accordingly.
Thank you so much for the question. Andreas, would you like to go next? Just one question.
Thanks a lot, Lior. I see some similarities to a smart ice cream machine, which is also based in the US. So maybe one operational question. So who takes care of the maintenance of the machines?
So when I was with SodaStream, we needed to build a nationwide service team, which was not that challenging because you have a lot of companies like Heinz Beverage, Tech24, that they have nationwide networks of investors. They are doing Starbucks, 7-Eleven, and some other big accounts. But the beauty about Smart Soda, we are selling it to Aeromar, Compass, Adexo. They have their technicians. So we have a service center that trains their technicians, but there are hundreds of thousands qualified technicians. And one of the big things that we built when we launched the product is a major portal with, I will say, thousands of videos and photos that through your phone you can get, step-by-step instruction of how to install the unit on top of our support center. But we are fortunate we don't need to take care, at least when we are targeting corporate America, we don't need to worry about service. We are now starting to target restaurants, and then we will utilize those networks that we worked with before for installation and maintenance.
Great, thank you. Balazs, you're next.
Thank you. Yeah, so is there any data to support your claim on the health benefits that your product offers, like your blend of product offers?
So first of all, by strategic decision, we are not having any health claims. So we have a team of attorneys. Red Bull was sued because somebody sued them for $30 million. It didn't get wings. So we don't have any health benefits. But again, everyone knows that alkaline water is less acidic. Everyone knows that if you're using no sugar, it's better than sugar. If you're getting the vitamins that you need, through the drinks is better because, so we are using everything that exists and putting as part of our products and removing all the unhealthy or what everyone knows that is not good for you. So we are trying to avoid any health claim. I'm not saying that if you will drink Smart Soda, you will be the healthiest. You may have 20 other different health issues, but we are using only clean ingredients, clean label, and what everyone knows that is better for you.
Great, thank you. Elena, one question.
Yes, thank you for pitching again with us, Lior. I have a question.
Lior doesn't sound good.
Sorry for the accent. My question is related to profitability because you presented 4 sales channels. And I wanted to understand which channel is most profitable, or do you have a strategy in mind in order to go after your market? Where do you focus exactly on your in your sales process?
Of course, so I'm sharing this. If you can see my screen again, when we have no much of profit by choice of the equipment, unlike Coca-Cola that will give the equipment at no cost we are charging. We are kind of subsidizing the equipment in some way, but you can see that 25% on average it will grow because we are scaling and the cost will go down. The profit is the syrups. So the entire business is to sell syrups. The gross margin on the syrup is very high. And once you have the machine installed, you'll keep selling to the same unit syrup. We won a $12 million agreement with a juice chain. So if we are selling a lot of juice, you see the margin is a little bit lower, but we are looking to sell syrups, and the ready to drink is very healthy margin because we are utilizing our channels when it comes to distribution. The same company that are buying and selling the jewelry maybe to their cafeteria will put the cans in different locations. So the focus is product. It's not equipment. You can see that in year 2 we will be selling or we will selling more product because every machine that were installed in year 1 will generate more syrups. This will never stop. Even though we are selling more machines, the revenue and the profit on products is much higher.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Then finally for this round, Genevieve, you've got a question.
So you're good to see you again, and thank you for going into a little bit more depth on the sort of the restaurant model versus the direct-to-consumer model. So I'm going to focus my question on the restaurant model. One of the big pushes is customization, right? One of the major pushes for what the restaurant's going to do is customization. Machine, as it exists right now, how many flavors can it support? How many different bag-in-the-box syrups it can support? How many drinks can it make? Can it mix a couple of different flavors for customization?
So when you look at the jewelry, which is our main product, supported by the technology, you have 6 syrup and functions. So you can choose your flavor, you can replace and change and update it seasonally. So you can change the flavors, but one machine can dispense 6 flavors and function. So you will get unlimited sparkling, unlimited alkaline water. Most people will take maybe 2 sodas, 2 waters, a cold brew, cold drinks, because it depends when it's being used. We have clients that are installing 2 jewelry side by side, one only for waters and one for sodas. And the last part of this answer, jewelry is our main product, but we install, for example, in Citibank and a lot of restaurants, machines with 24 different flavors. So we have the products and we can use machines from Lancer or Linus or anywhere. We can retrofit a lot of machines in convenience stores, and then
So that was my follow-up question. The juice, the syrup can go into pretty much any dispenser.
It's a standard connector. So we have convenience.
Do you have time for one more?
Oh, no, not really. Can you ask it later in the, or put it in the chat?
You can put, and I will stay and just answer that.
Yeah, sorry, it's just like
Oh no, I'm good.
But yeah, so thank you so much, Leo, for presenting again. And please stick around. I'm sure you've got some questions in the chat as well, so maybe you can answer those. And I'm sure hope you'll stay around and anyone can ask any questions.
I will stay around and I will follow up with everyone with an email and a lot of information.
Okay.
To review.
Great. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
right, next up we have Rosalind Bio and we have Manisha Huskin, CEO and co-founder, presenting. Just a bit about her. Physicist by training and a seasoned entrepreneur with over 25 years of experience, spanning in addition to biotech, also AI, software, hardware, consumer devices and drones. She's founded and led multiple startups to successful exits and managed high-performing teams at leading tech companies, including Amazon. She's known for her ability to translate deep tech and visionary ideas into scalable real-world products and services, and has authored about 40 patents. So over to you,
Thank you, Sasha.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were. I was told it was a female. Sorry about that.
That's a compliment.
Oh.
It's customary to ask. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So tonight I'm gonna offer you the opportunity to drink longevity right off the bottle. But before we go there, Sasha presented me. I just want to say my co-founder, Moran Gendelman. Moran is an exited founder by her own right. She's, in addition to being a microbiologist, expert in this, she was the CTO of Nexperm, a fermentation company, since its incorporation and through its IPO a couple of years back. And let's have a look at the beverages industry. So the beverages industry is currently undergoing a major challenge. Ever since COVID, people are abandoning alcohol and are looking for a healthier option. In the US, wine sales are down 7%, beer down 5%. Europe is similar, even Germany. And we see customers shifting to healthier options. There's strong and growing demand for functional food and beverages, and beverage producers need to rapidly adapt. Rosalind answered this requirement by developing yeast that produce bioactive ingredients as part of the food production. Through functional fermentation, our yeast produce longevity-enhancing compounds while fermenting beverages and food at the point where the food is being produced. The yeast, GMO and non-GMO variants will help promoting quality. Functional fermentation is a new category that we are now defining, and we expect to boom over the next couple of years. What can we do with functional food? We can produce extremely wide range of compounds, ingredients like NAD+ precursors that improve your mitochondrial health and longevity, human lactoferrin that is good for your immune system and digestive system, citrulline that assists your muscle recovery and muscle building, as well as sexual performance, and compounds that are good for your hair, heart, or brain and weight management, and many others. Customers care because customers are the people producing the beverage. We allow them to increase revenue and develop new revenue sources, reduce production costs, and avoid the high capex and opex traditionally associated with production of bioactive. Specifically, we completely avoid the very high downstream processing cost associated with precision fermentation for those who are familiar with this technology. We have no sewage to take care of because all the liquids from the fermentation are what we sell our end customers and consumers. Rosalind is relatively a new company, and our POCs are new to the market, but ever since we started socializing this technology, we close with a new design partner every week. We have a few paying customers, a few MOUs for development of future products, and a bunch of LOIs of customers, of parties who are interested. And I put here just a couple of quotations that I got from customers. Customers are very excited. Customers understand that somebody is moving their cheese, and we offer a real solution. The business model is very straightforward. We're going to sell yeast. Customers are used to buying it for their production processes, and we will just piggyback with that. In addition, because we significantly enhance the value of the produce, we will implement some revenue sharing model. In addition, as we are defining this new category, we will be investing heavily in development of our brand, so customers know how to look for Rosalind produce by name, regardless of the producer. And this will help us to defend against future competition that will come. We are now raising $2 million. This is a rare opportunity. The category is currently in formation, and we have the opportunity to own it. We already see traction, as I showed you, and we're moving fast. We intend to complete our MVP by the end of the year, be in production mid-2026, and reach cash flow positive by Q3 2027. The $2 million are seed round that will take us through R&D and to the cash flow positive point. And we will use the funds, in addition to support R&D, also to enhance our IP file additional patents, and build our brand. Just a word on the current investment. So we have CPP as an early investor, CPP Capital, in our firm. They invested under SAFE with these terms. We already have some additional funds committed under this SAFE, and we have limited room for maybe one more investor. So if you quickly can enjoy these preferred terms. And with that, I thank you very much for your attention and open the floor for your questions.
Great, thank you, Menashe, and apologies for for really fascinating what you're working on here. Balaji, can you quickly go first before you have to leave, or do you have to leave this minute now?
Yeah, thanks, Shirley. Yeah, so I have many questions on the chat, but in just 1 year. So, what is your current scale? Like, your fermentation scale now? You're in 100 liters or 10 liters? Where are you right now?
We are in the liters, but we are not storing. We sell the yeast. So the people who are doing the fermentation are our customers. We use our fermenter just to generate the yeast, and then take it from there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Balaji, and thank you for your time today. Unfortunately, Balaji just got to go now, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Next up, let's have Andreas.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Menashe, for your pitch. Pretty interesting. So, as Balaji had very good questions in the chat, so maybe I move on to that. So, are you using gene editing or something like this for strain development?
Yes. So some of our strains are GMO, some are non-GMO. We are able to amplify the production of compounds that are produced by the yeast normally. So we use both CRISPR as well as traditional mutagen systems.
Okay, so in terms of CRISPR or something like that, so there's some regulatory happening currently in Europe. So what's your dream market?
Yes, so whatever's GMO will probably not be directed at Europe, at least for the first phase, because it's going to be a very long haul. So for Europe, it will only be the non-GMO strains. For the US and other parts of the world, we could do GAS, and we'll do it within 9 months either way.
Okay, so are you producing the yeast on yourself, or do you have a third-party producer?
We use a CMO to produce the yeast. We develop them, and then we use a CMO to produce them in mass quantity.
Thanks a lot.
Great, thank you, Andreas. Elena, would you like to go next?
Yes. Hi, Menashe. Thank you so much for pitching with us today.
Thank you.
I hope you will have a great experience all the way to the end. I have a question related to the pilots and the current customers you mentioned. Is this one-time, let's say, test pilot, or can you secure repeat sales with them? How these contracts with corporates are on the roll right now?
Yes. So they are participating in developing of strains, and then we will go into a long-term contract as well. We produce yeast, and they buy yeast from us for their ongoing development. So it's a one-time or short-term payment for development, and then they will become customers buying yeast from us.
And do you have an idea what is the volume or the value of the contract you will have with them to secure? Can you forecast sales? You secure the specific target and milestones for also developing of the business and scaling?
Yeah, with the current customers, it's going to be a few hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, so not very big. But these are just the first two pilot customers.
Sure.
We expect when we go to more breweries, and specifically when we go to breweries in the States, to get much higher quality breweries.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Elena. On to Genji.
Abhinashim, good presentation. My colleagues asked a lot of the questions we're going to ask. I want to ask a little bit about your ask. So you are raising $2 million at, is that right, at a $4 million valuation cap?
No, the 4 million is the cap of the safe that we signed with the CPT. The valuation now is going to be higher. Exactly what is the figure? We will probably need to negotiate. No, we're not too hung up on a specific valuation. Companies die by not by dilution, by the lack of funds. So we will be reasonable, but the assets we have now justify higher valuation.
Okay, good. Thanks for that clarification, because that sort of poked me a little bit. Who do you think is going to be responsible for consumer education, given this is a new segment, essentially? Is it Rosalind, or is it the folks that are buying your product and then selling it on as part of theirs? Like, who's actually going to lead the charge on convincing the customers, describing what this is and why is this good for you, and there's nothing negative about it?
Yeah, so it's a good question. There is actually a growing trend. Many in the States, people are looking for functional beverages. It's not something that we invent. We make it more natural, more easy to make, more direct for breweries, etc., to join into it. But customers are aware of this option. The answer is probably all of the above. It's us, it's our customers, it's the consumers themselves, like the customers of our customers. And we need to get a flywheel going to really build momentum.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And finally, Laura, for this one.
Thank you. Yeah, just following on a little bit from what Gennady was saying there a little bit. So in terms of the kind of the claims and the how you're going to share that with the market and the benefits, there was a lot in that presentation about the functional kind of benefits. How are you prioritizing those, and then how are you validating them with the direct customers, and then, as Gennady said, the consumers as well?
So you're asking how we choose the first ingredients that we go after?
How are you validating the kind of functional claims? Because there was a long list of kind of functional benefits to that. So are you prioritizing any of those? Have you tested whether or not there are certain functional claims that are resonating more with the buyers? And also with consumers, are you seeing any kind of interest in specific functions, or are you going broad as a kind of like broad base?
Yeah, so we are just at the beginning of doing this work. The strongest tool we see is towards longevity enhancing compounds. But this is just one of the parameters. We also need to pick a compound that is relatively simple for us to make, that we could produce at adequate quantities, and ideally that is very high cost for consumers to acquire otherwise. So we really bring high value through the drink. So there's many parameters that need to be taken into effect. Nicotinamide riboside, sorry for my French, is probably the most promising one, with human lactoferrin being a second place, but not.
So have you got any kind of regulatory pathways that you're pursuing already for these kind of functional claims, or is it too early to say at this stage?
What we learned so far, and we have consulted with regulatory experts, is that as long as we are food label, it should be pretty straightforward. So we can say the product consumes this and that amount of ingredient X, which is known to help with condition Y. And therefore, in that case, we're good, but we haven't completed, haven't crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's.
Thank you. Great. Thank you, Laura. Right. Thank you. That's all the questions from the panelists for this round. I think there's a few questions in the chat. Those afterwards, and hopefully you'll stay around during the network for questions. If anyone's got any questions, either from the wider audience or the panelists, if they want to have a direct chat with you. But thank you so much, Menashe. Right. On to our fourth startup now, and that is. Plamen Medorov, CEO and co-founder, a tech leader and innovator. He's a seasoned CTO specializing in AI, blockchain, and cloud solutions, driving digital transformation. He excels at building scalable, secure tech solutions that align with business goals. And he's also a trusted advisor, a mentor and speaker, and he guides businesses through digital disruption. So, over to you.
Sorry, you've got the wrong info from Brain Food. I think you've read someone else.
Oh, sorry, that says Brain Food. Oh.
It's all good. Do you want me to start now?
Yes, definitely, yes. Please start.
Okay. So, my name is Plamen Medorov. I'm the CEO of Brain Foods. Together with Maria, we founded Brain Foods in 2020. We're both plant-based eaters, and we're environmentally aware. So we were really looking forward to making a really healthy snacking alternative. So the main mission and thing for Brain Food is to make the healthier option in the category. As you know, there is over 15% of the global greenhouse gas emissions from animals and produced by dairy. And in the chocolate, we've got over 50% sugar that is the native content. So we came up with a chocolate alternative, which tastes like a milk chocolate taste, but it's vegan, plant-based, with 95% less sugar. And we use this to make healthier options for the snacking. We started with our wafers in 2020, and all of them are gluten-free, low sugar added, and also vegan. And the new chocolate taste really made a difference. We were chased by FoodTech International, if you know, the incubator in Berlin, and later on they invested in us €250,000 in 2022. So as you can see, our competitors in Europe, we mainly stand out with added sugar, no added sugar claim, gluten-free, which is the biggest selling point, and also a bit of plant-based. As you already know, the healthy category market and also for chocolate and healthy alternatives is huge. There's so many new categories that are coming to the market, and it's just increasing dramatically on an annual basis. We work mainly with 40% margins through our distributors and also direct to our key accounts. Women is our main customers, and that's our target, and that's why we do really well in drogeries around Europe. And we also do quite a lot of sample into digital marketing as soon as we enter into those shops. As you can see, that's one of the shops in Berlin, in the city center. We listed in 2022 with Teleca within selected stores. And for the last 2 years, we've got repeat customers and sales that we did. And that's what we're using now to go into the next level. That's some of our Dutch distributors selling as well. We've been through quite a lot. We did quite a few in and outs with Lidl in Bulgaria. We were invited by Amazon Launchpad, and we're part of Amazon. We chose the best startup at ISM in 2023. This year we thought to do a new bridge round. We were landing at €5 billion. We started selling in Amazon USA, and the product was Amazon choice in the first couple of months. And last week we exported almost 1 million flavors into the now listed with Amazon all our flavors, and we're doing extremely well there. We also been chosen for one of the AV companies from Markham in Europe, and we already signed a contract. As you know, Markham is the biggest connected on big key accounts around Europe. So we are waiting for big contracts in the next couple of months. And for 2025, we expect to grow to over 1 million euro in sales and to sell over 2 million of products. We already did this in the past with wafers. We started the year with 300% increase in sales compared to last year. That's some of our categories that we'll be introducing with grain foods. As you know, complete milk and cheese has huge market around the world, and that will be with us in the next 3 months. And also alternative lunches and so on. We expect to grow quickly. Our target is huge. We want to enter into 300,000 stores in the next years, and we want to grow around Europe and US. So who is better business than us? Me and Maria. I've got almost 20 years experience in the FMCG sector. I started from a small supermarket in New Zealand, and I'm also on the as my second citizen. So I've done quite a lot, quite a few projects from Biofac. I used to have a manufacturing facility that I sold it out, and now I solely concentrate on sales and distribution. So that's all, guys, and thank you for your time, and I'll wait for your questions.
Great, thank you, Plan, and sorry about the copy about you. We'll get that corrected. Right, great presentation. Really fascinating what you've been doing and what you've achieved so far. Right, over to the panelists. This time, Elena, would you like to go first?
Yes, thank you so much for the presentation, Clement. I really enjoyed the journey you presented here. Congrats for that. I see that you have received a few awards, like the Innovation Award in 2024 in the UK. Are you selling already in the UK, or how did you pick up that award?
Yes, we went to the food show in Natural and Organic, food show in London. We've been 2 times. Both of the times we were finalists for best diet product and also best vegan plant-based product. We're selling with CLF, but we mainly concentrate now in Germany and also US. But sooner or later we will start bigger. But we started selling in Amazon UK, and that is being going really good. So after Amazon US, we start again in Amazon UK.
Excellent. And regarding the supply chain and the facility, where is your production plant right now?
We only work with co-packers. We only do private label. So we've got a bulk area. There are 2 factories, one of the biggest ones. The one for the wafers is almost 20 billion healthier wafer around the world. And the other one is really good for bars and all the rest of the product. Wise Bar is the biggest manufacturing facility. And one of them actually became, they assigned us a letter to invest 100,000 euros into our new plant.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Elena. Now on to Genevieve. Would you like to go next?
Sorry, can't hear you.
So I figure after so many years of COVID, we would learn to go if we could. Well, thank you so much for the pitch, and I think really nice trajectory you have. What's your ask, and more specifically of your ask, what are you targeting for customer acquisition? Marketing, anything related to getting your name out and getting customers in.
Yes. Well, basically at the moment, the round that we do is a bridge round of 500,000 euro. 500,000 euro. We're trying to close a 5 million valuation, but we can do convertible with a target of if we don't achieve 1 million euro in sales, we want to go down at 4 million valuation. We want to do a Series A, which is a 5 million euro. We've got a really good financials from together we did it with Knowledge Incubator, and so far we've been following all of the markets. And in the future, just sort of 2 rounds, go less with the percentage and then grow next. And I'm sure that Kratos will do really well because we registered the trademark of the name, and we will be introducing the brain food category to the product, and that will be doing really well. So sooner or later, just the basic.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Jenny. Laura, do you want to come next?
Yeah, thank you. What's your biggest marketing challenge at the moment? And kind of a bit of a two-parter. Thinking about that as well, what's the US marketing strategy as you kind of expand into the US?
So in the US, we started with the distributor that actually called us, and they do the Amazon part. We try to help them quite a lot with our website because we own the brainforce.com website domain, and that's huge for the United States. So we also will be listing it. We already listed at Fair, and we sell really well at Fair, but we hope to sell really good in US. So marketing, they've invested, quite reasonable. We have over 10% from our budget for marketing, and I think we will just go through our way. If we list in Germany, and I hope to list this year, let's say with some of the jewelry stores like Rossmann, and we do over 3,000 stores, then we will be doing a new round only for, to have a marketing activity as soon as we list with also. But at the moment, we're just at a stage where we see so many repeat customers, people who like the product, and we just know this is the product, and we know exactly what products to enter into the category, and it will do really well. So marketing will be, coming on its way. So digital, quite a lot. We do sport events. We do redesign marathon, where we sort of, do these requirements. But again, sampling is the biggest. And as you know, some companies in the US spend hundreds of millions for sampling to be able to get 4% out of the category. So that's something in the future, and I guess it will come up after today.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura. And then finally, Andreas.
Thank you very much, Carmen. So, as everyone knows within the panel, so the good pork prices are currently skyrocketing, and how does that affect your business?
Well, they've been 400,000% over the last 5 years, through inflation, COVID, you name it, the war in Ukraine. There are price increases. I want to say for us it's a big deal because our products are quite expensive. I mean, sometimes they retail between $199, $249, $299, and so far it's been good. The percentage of cocoa on the product, like the whole chocolate, average is around 25 to 30%. So for us, it's not a big deal because we're not chocolate product, but we have wafers without chocolate, like the vanilla, and we will have good flavors, which are no chocolate. They're very cheap. They retail at €1, €1.49, and they do really well. We just recently, as I mentioned, exported over 100,000 to US, and they're selling now. We've got so many subscriptions at Amazon, and the product is just made for US. But regarding chocolate, good question. We look for alternatives. As you know, in Germany, there's so many ingredients, but just matter of time doing the R&D.
So as you mentioned, alternatives. So there are even startups on the market who are producing chocolate or alternative chocolate without core. So maybe that's also a solution. So maybe one final question. On one slide, you mentioned a category shift. So from chocolate bar to, give me a second, to protein powder or to energy drinks. So why this category shift?
In what we see in 2025, and that's been for the last 5-6 years, any brand that comes to the market sooner or later needs so many new products to be able to achieve really high sales. And we have some role models around the world. And we follow companies that do 500 million C sales per annum. Some of our co-manufacturers are doing around 100 million, and that's exactly the strategy we need. And it's not about that we want it, but it's what the customer wants. And complete meal is being so rocketing for the last 5 years. You've got companies like UL, White Food in Germany that just smashed the category. We need to be there. So brain foods will be doing really well. We just have the name working for us. Any event we go, people go crazy about the name, and we just can't wait to have the brain food category with our products. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Carmen. So that's the end of this round. As I said, there's possibly some questions in the chat. I haven't been able to follow all of them, but because I've been doing other bits behind the scenes. But yeah, so see if there's anything there. And then obviously if anyone's got any questions for Carmen, you can follow up afterwards. Hopefully you'll stay around for the networking. So great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally, on to our last startup pitching this evening. And this is L-Blend, presented by the CEO and co-founder Anna Gabunia. She's a medical doctor, endocrinologist with over 20 years experience in nutraceuticals. Yes, over to you, Anna.
You're on mute at the moment.
Sorry. I'm saying I was just talking that maybe our startup is much younger than other presenters, and we do not have so many tracks, but I think you will enjoy our concept. Do you see my screen or not?
We can. It's full screen. Yeah, yes, we can see you.
Yes, okay, great. So what are we doing? We are making healthy drinks from wine. Of course, you can ask why at all to take this wonderful product as wine and to start doing something from it. Yes. So actually, despite of all medical efforts, cardiovascular diseases remain the main reasons of death worldwide. And interestingly, that there is a lot of data supporting health benefits of wine, especially of red wine, due to polyphenol and other nutraceutic nutrients of wine. However, global disease burden study in 2018 demonstrated that even modest consumption of alcohol increases the risk of 7 types of cancer. And since that time, regulations on wine industry became more strict, and currently wine market is decreasing by 2-3% each year, and since 2018 it's decreased by 7.5%. So what we are doing, we are taking best from wine polyphenols, presented without alcohol in a powder form, convenient for everyday use. Why for everyday? Because in order to get these health benefits of wine and polyphenol, you need formulation. You need to take it regularly. So this powder form makes the product stable and also convenient for everyday use. This is possible due to our patented technology when we use specific types of dyed fibers, and these dyed fibers encapsulate this wine polyphenol and keep them during great drying process. These dyed fibers, besides keeping this polyphenol, they also increase bioavailability and additional health benefits if you take our products together with pasta or other carbon-containing food. It decreases glucose peaks after meals. So we, like I'm myself as Sasha presented, I'm a doctor endocrinologist, but I also worked a lot in pharma and food supplement industry. And I worked together with Professor Planinchik from Ljubljana University, who developed this technology. We engaged Professor Frank Popolo, who is a worldwide expert on wine polyphenols, to make for us preclinical and clinical programs. And our first preclinic demonstrated that our product better than a corresponding wine, and then resveratrol. Resveratrol is the polyphenol which is widely used in food supplements, and our product is better in terms of in cells models, decrease of thrombocyte aggregation and oxidative stress compared to the corresponding wines and resveratrol. And we are expecting to get soon the same results on chronic inflammation. And besides, we have experts in taste, in one taste, sommelier Tatiana Yovka, who is helping us in development of taste. If we estimate the potential of our product from bottom up, then it will be about 60 million. If we calculate like most important target groups for us, so it comes somewhere to 75 million. Our main competitors are food supplements, cardiovascular food supplements, and specifically resveratrol, and also non-alcoholic wine. Against both of them, we have better health benefits, and also, at least our sommelier and several focus groups demonstrated that people like our product more than non-alcoholic wine. So when we are talking to investors, they are asking us how you are planning to overcome fragmented nutraceutical market. The answer is to see a blend inside model. What does it mean? We propose to our partners our ingredient or white label so that they can build variety of their products based on our ingredients, if we are talking about the food supplement company. But we are also working with wineries, and they can add our product to their non-alcoholic portfolio. Why it is for them a very good idea, because they can connect this polyphenol from which they can talk within our product with also their brand. So we had achieved, we had demonstrated our product at many focus groups, and people really liked it a lot. And just recently came from Hello Tomorrow Global Forum, where we were semi-finalists, and we had a really very positive impression about our product, even in France, with great wine culture. And the interesting thing that this younger target audience are also very much concerned about this cardiovascular health and planning to use our product on a regular basis. Last year, we were presenting our product at Vita Foods. From there, we got 14 potential industry customers. And as I've already told, we got really very promising results from our. So now we are asking pre-seed round for 400,000, which will be necessary for our 18th month. And this is necessary for building our sales and marketing and regulatory team, upscaling our manufacturing. Actually, we already manufactured first batch, and we will launch it soon in Latvia. But there is a room for improvement in terms of quality of products and decreasing cost of goods of manufacturing. We know how to achieve it, but just we need more industry testing. And actually, to maximize our sales potential, we need to register our product as a novel food and also back up it with clinical data, especially for such markets as United States. Of course, you might say that, okay, novel food registration is so complicated. We already had a pre-submission meeting with EFSA, and they advised that because we use the known ingredients like wine and desired fibers, we can even pass this step without additional clinical trials. But anyway, we need the investments to complete the job. But if you realize, if we get to back up with clinical data, then we sell much more. However, we can launch a product as a food category already now. And if you want to visit nice place, Riga in May, when it's really great weather, and to see our first launch for influencers and customers and to see how our product is perceived, register for our event and to meet you in Riga. And this is all from my side. I hope I saved a little bit time for questions.
Great. Thank you, Anna. Wow, fascinating. I didn't even know you could do this. Wow, amazing. Right, over to the panelists. Andreas, would you like to go first this time?
Yes, of course. So Thanks a lot. I pretty much like the idea because it's something really out of the scope, to be honest. And maybe the first question, you already mentioned novel foods, and you're expecting, or are you expecting some regulatory issues in future?
Thank you very much for this question. We do not expect issues. We understand actually the pathway. Yes. So currently we can launch our product as a food. Yes, in the food category. But this, of course, doesn't allow us even to have some claims like we have this polyphenols, etc. Yes, and also we cannot advise people regular use of our product. In order for us to get this nutraceutical categorization, we need to register our ingredient as a novel food. But because we actually use known ingredients, we just have this new method of preparation. This process is much easier rather than it will be completely new food. And we, as I told, we already had a pre-submission meeting with the European Food Safety Agency. And they advised us that we can go to the simplified procedure. The idea in this procedure is to demonstrate that there is no new substances appear in this preparation process. And my CTO, this Professor Planinshik, he knows how with the help of spectroscopy to have the spectrum of ingredients and how to demonstrate it mainly lab testing, but not with clinical data like safety of the product.
Thanks a lot. So, what does it taste like? Like a Pinot Noir or?
The taste, it's really very funny. I don't know, if you are interested, you can write me, I can send you sample. It is what is different from normal wine. When you drink wine, you have this alcohol-like feeling, kick, yes, of this alcohol. This is missing with us, but because we have this giant fibers, we have a kind of aftertaste. So when you taste it, like you have this kind of feeling. So it's a little bit more mild than standard wine, but it's more aftertaste. But very funny thing, we took one very cheap French wine, but it was really very high in polyphenols. It's also a problem that not all wines have high concentration of polyphenols. And in our preclinics, we find what is specific combination of polyphenols gives the best health benefits. So we have this from our preclinics. So we found one very cheap French wine, but with very good this polyphenol profile. And when we gave it to people to taste just normal wine, it's like awful, it's so untasty. And then we gave them the product from this untasty wine, and they really liked it because like maybe this alcohol was removed or what. So sometimes it gives you improve the taste of this red wine. Of course, we are not like 1,000 bottle wine, yes. So it's kind of wine like taste. We are not saying that we will completely replace wine or whatever, but it kind of for regular use in terms of health benefits, it can be really a good alternative.
And in future, you want to sell a bottle or a powder?
Actually, we want to sell powder because of several reasons. First, because our main objective is still health benefits. So for that, in order to have this polyphenol stable, this powder form gives this better opportunity for the stability. Another thing, if we would, for example, consider exporting to, to Middle East, yes, to all these countries where, for example, culturally they cannot drink like normal wine. Of course, it is also with increased cost of all these transportations, etc. Yes, and even, for example, if we are talking about the climate impact, they are now working with these spray drying facilities, for example, in Italy, and they use the solar power for running their plants. So it also gives, like, we dry it using the solar panel in the region when there is this vine actually growing, and then we can transport it in a powder form, which also is good. It's like beneficial not only for people but also for climate.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Andreas. Elena, would you like to go next?
Yes. Thank you so much for the presentation, Anna. Very inspiring solution. I have a couple of questions. I'm trying to be mindful about the time. probably the most interesting for us would be to understand the commercialization route to market actually. So you plan to, let's say, in best case scenario, everything goes well, and you plan to sign a partnership. Who would be your first customers, and in terms of volume, do you have an idea about what customers are interested in and how you can fit into their requirements?
Yes, actually, we are working with these 14 food supplement companies. These are actually companies who have like range of different food supplements, and we are proposing them to use our product either under their white label, so that we do packaging but with their brand, or we can even just sell the ingredients. It's also an option. And then it is possible to add some other substances. For example, one customer who wants us to add melatonin for probiotics, because, for example, we have very long days in summer and people get difficult to sleep, so they want to have this like refined taste with all the health benefits and also with melatonin. So it can be, it's a kind of a platform. It can be full range of products. So actually, now for me, now it is important to secure deals for 135,000 individual doses, because this gives us an opportunity to purchase this wine in larger tankers, and then our cost of goods will significantly go down. So now I'm trying to secure this first batch of this 135,000 doses.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Elena, for the question. Jens, would you like to go next?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to poke, I think, a little bit into what a few of my colleagues did before. So the product that you're going to monetize is the powder.
Yes.
Right. And how do you see going to market? Are you planning on selling the powder to the end consumer, where I get the powder and I add it to whatever bottle of wine I want to add it to, or do you want to sell the powder to the wine producers, bottlers, whatnot, and then they add the powder?
Actually, the final product is this drink that, after dissolving in water, converts to this wine-like drink. So actually, we sell either powder or packed sachets, but to either food supplement companies. This is one business model. Another business model, when we collaborate with wineries, they give us our wine. We make from it powder, pack it, and give it to them so that they can sell it on their internet shop or elsewhere.
Okay, so I get the powder, I add it to some water, and I get a kind of a wine alternative.
Yes, exactly. But healthy and without alcohol.
Of course. Any varietal, or only some varietals? How does it? If you were positioned into the world of wine, is this Cabernet Franc? Is this Pinot Noir? Is this something else?
No, we have tried to do this wine from different types of wine, and then of course you get the different tastes. So now our idea, like for example, we plan to exhibit, for example, in Middle East, and we want to have a kind of different taste for people, so they can select whatever taste they like. Because of course the initial taste of wine influences the final taste of the product.
Okay, and what works best as far as varietals, or pretty much anything? Just depends on the level of fun. Is there any varietal that doesn't work with?
No, sometimes we have first we cannot do it from sweet wine. It has to be only like dried wine, and no, the rest we just need to measure this polyphenol concentrations. We have this quality. We develop now this quality control measurements when we measure first this polyphenols in initial wine and then in our final product. So Actually, it's very interesting that you do not know exactly. Sometimes in the same winery, there can be one sort of wine which is high in polyphenol concentration and another sort of wine which is low. So each time we need to have this quality check of wine beforehand.
Okay, Anna, thank you. Thank you. Very interesting.
Great. Thank you, Genevieve. And then finally to Laura.
Thank you. Great presentation, really interesting. I have quite a few questions, but the kind of first one is around, obviously there's quite a kind of clinical angle to your approach here. Are you going to support your B2B customers in the kind of like in the storytelling and the consumer education around this? And do you have a plan for that in place already?
Yes, exactly. I think this is a very important point. That's why we are saying this blend inside, because actually we want to gather all this consumer feedback and also medical feedback and medical data around this blend. And our first publication about our first preclinical results, we will already mention this blend. So like people can have under different names, but then it could be like blend inside. And our very important task to support our partners with medical marketing and with key opinion leaders support. And this Professor Fedoruk, who is really like the expert in this field, we are very happy that she's on board and that she supports the development of our product. She really has the best, the largest number of publications around this health benefits of wine polyphenol. And in future, we plan to build a kind of network of key opinion leaders who will support our project.
Will the kind of the wine powder and the kind of the future nutraceuticals approach, are they going to come under one brand, or is it your intention to have kind of sub brands? What's your kind of approach there?
We want to have this blend as a kind of name of ingredient, but then of course each partner can use its own brand. Like for example, even in Latvia, we will launch, not we, but our partner will launch it, and she wants to call it F blend because she has like Femina name of her company. So it will be like in Latvian under her brand, but anyway, she will talk that it is the product is built on this blend technology, and then with this blend technology we will support with the clinical data.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Laura. And thank you, Anna, for such a fascinating presentation. I wasn't expecting that, so great. So I'm just going to now do a recap because we've come to the end of all the startups pitching. So let me just do a quick recap quickly. So first up, we had Enjovo, presented by Matthew Lee and Andrew Rice, about revolutionizing the global candy industry with healthy candy and patented convenient refillable dispensers. They're seeking $750,000 to launch Enjovo products in the US market via e-commerce. Our second startup was Smart Soda, presented by Leo Shafir, who's the co-founder and CEO, a rapidly growing AI and Internet of Things powered wellness beverage company disrupting the $213 billion beverage domestic fountain market by offering better for you solutions for offices, convenience stores, restaurants, and cafeterias, raising $10 million, minimum investment $25,000, convertible promissory preferred shares, $1.55 per share, 8% PIK dividend, projected return investment 15 times. After that, we had Rosalind Bioculture, presented by Menashe Haskin, the co-founder and CEO. So this is about engineering yeast that brews health-enhancing beverages enriched with bioactives that promote longevity and well-being, raising $2 million seed round, of which $100,000 has already been raised from CPT Capital. Our fourth startup was Brain Foods, presented by Plamen Medorov. So this is about think smarter, snack better. Our fifth startup was L-Blend, presented by Anna Gabonier, co-founder and CEO. So make wine serve your health, raising $400,000 for an 18-month runway. So a big thank you to all of you for presenting this evening, really fascinating. I'd also like to say a big thank you to our panelists for their time. So we had Andreas, Balaji, who unfortunately had to leave early, Elena, Gennady, and Laura. I'd also like to thank everybody else in the audience for joining us this evening and staying till the end. And a big thank you to the event team, so to Jamal and our team behind the scenes. So we have Miraj, Baron, Sartak, and Fatima, although I think some of them are not live on the call this evening. Jamal, I think you've got some words to say now about some events coming up.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Sasha. Sorry, my video is not working. I'm actually live streaming on a different platform, and my face and video are turned on that because I'm sharing my screen. So yeah, thank you, Sasha. You moderate these events wonderfully, given that you do so much, and I'm setting up things in the background, but she's presenting things so wonderfully. But also to the startups for jumping onto this platform, panelists for giving their time, and for all of you that stayed till the end or that joined at various points, or watching this on demand on the live stream recording. We will continue to promote the pitching startups to our investor community, but so resharing this link, helping them with some follow-ups to whoever attended, including sharing not sharing personal emails, but connecting you together as best we can. But we do have a networking session that's about to start shortly. So if you want to stay on for that, we've got 5 different breakout rooms. It's a chance to ask some more questions of the presenters. Well, particularly if you were in the audience and you didn't have a chance to ask a question or your question was missed, now's your chance. Many of the panelists also stay on for that, so it's a chance for you to also network with them. And Sasha and I will also be taking turns in the main room to hold the fort and get to know you all, and it's a chance for you to get to know us as well. But if if you know of any startup that would benefit from this format, please let us know, whether it's food and beverage, FoodTech, beverage, or whatever. We were very happy to host them. Also panelists, we have a wide panelist pool. People, not always free, but we like to also shuffle things up. So if you're interested, you can apply on our website at pitchlounge.net/panelists, or email me at jamal@pitchlounge.net. There's a few upcoming events. I'm going to reshare my screen and just show a few of those. Yep. Big thank you, in case I think I missed it, to the team that was supporting promotions, communications, also during the event itself. Actually, so Varan, thank you for holding the fort and supporting me the whole time. Sartak for doing some promotions and responding to messages, people trying to get in and getting the link. Pavan and Fatima also, and Miraj for branding and setting up the branding for this series. That portfolio link is not working at the moment, but he's fantastic. You can find him, Miraj AI, or if you need branding needs, reach out to me. I'm very happy to support and endorse Miraj. So we have upcoming events. We've got both pitch events, meetups, and also a yacht party as well. So we've got a meetup in Berlin this Saturday on building AI agents. It's been a series of workshops. It's been very successful with the First Friday Created Network. If you want more information about that and you're Berlin-based or have friends that are, please reach out to me and I can let you know. That is on my website, by the way, so pitchlounge.net/meetups or pitch events. You can register for that there. They've got a 2,500, 3,000, 4,000 actually strong meetup group. They're always very well attended, their events. It's a fantastic events at Hauptbahnhof at the main station, walkable from there on the first Friday of every month. But they've also run some workshops and teamwork events on Saturdays and other dates in the month. Then we've got our first event in India, which will be in person actually. It's our investment pitch lounge event with our tech investor we brought over to Dubai last September, called Pritan, and he's from 100 Unicorns, and he will be on the panel alongside many others, and also a workshop from HDFC Bank and Miraj helping co-host that event. So that's in Bangalore. If you know any friends, or some of you on the call right now calling in from Bangalore, reach out to us. It'd be nice to see you in Bangalore. We've got our our next edition, our Drinkers Collective Pitch Lounge series. It's usually more of a guidance feedback, a little bit of a hybrid model between the demo event style and kind of feedback guidance. We get younger startups on that, but it can be arranged because it's our drinks focus series. That's run now 5-6 times a year since the beginning of last year, and this is the North American edition, which is happening on Thursday the 10th of April. So if you know any drinks founders who are active in North America, or potentially global, who are looking to trade with North America or already actively trading, let us know, and they can also pitch on that edition. We've actually on one of the panels for that, so wearing another hat on one of those events about I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, wasn't it, Leo? Then we've got a yacht party coming up as well. There's going to be a link placed in the chat. That's happening in Dubai at the end of April. Really good chance to meet up with the food and beverage community, investor community, and also Sasha in Dubai on a yacht. So if that's what you like, and you're in that location, then check out the link to that event. And any questions, reach out to Sasha about that. So that's it. Any other questions about pitching, sponsorship, anything else about partnering with us? Send us an email, info@pitchlounge.net. And that's it. We're now going to very shortly open the breakout rooms. We're also run perfectly to time today. So thank you to the panel again for that. And thank you to Sasha for timekeeping. And thank you for the founders for being mindful of time and getting us through to the end. And moving now to breakout rooms. Thank you, everyone. For those who are on the live stream, this is now going to stop.